Hi ladies and gentlemen, my name is Steven. You are watching Soul to Crown. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and I hope this video finds you well. I hope you're having a fantastic, wonderful, and blessed day. I wanted to make this video to discuss 10 things that I have been doing to try to open up my third eye, to decalcify my pineal gland. As many of you probably know, on this channel, I will be reflecting upon some of my experiences with some synchronicities and other various things that have happened to me as a result of me trying to awaken my third eye and trying to decalcify my pineal gland. So for those of you who don't know, the pineal gland is this endocrine gland that is found in the base of your brain, and it is responsible for the body's production of serotonin and melatonin, which are two neurochemicals that helps you stay awake and go to sleep. And I realized that as a result of consuming fluoridated water, processed foods, and all that stuff, your pineal gland will actually start to form this calcified exterior, and it starts to lose some of its biological abilities. And so a lot of people who have insomnia oftentimes have a calcified pineal gland. And of course, you know, if you grow up consuming regular water, just standard filtered water, but you don't consume vapor distilled water or water that has had all of the fluoride removed from it, then you are putting these bad things into your body. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to embark on this journey where I looked up various ingredients on how to decalcify the pineal gland. What can I do now? What are some supplements that I can take? What are some foods that I can consume? What are some beverages that I can drink that will promote the decalcification of the pineal gland? And I realized that once I started taking these things, a lot of really crazy synchronicities have been happening to me. And if you've watched the video that I published on my channel yesterday, then you know that was a crazy synchronicity. I'm not going to go into detail as to what happened, but if I remember, I'm going to leave a card somewhere up here. So I want to tell you what have I been doing to try to decalcify my pineal gland. These are 10 things or 10 methods, 10 tricks that you can utilize right away. And as a result, you can start having synchronicities as well, which is very strongly linked with the law of attraction. And you can also start to have vivid dreams. At the very least, I hope you have some vivid dreams, because that was the first concrete sign, for me at least, that what I'm doing is actually working. And I didn't take notice of it until long after it happened. And so it's not like I was going to bed at night thinking to myself, okay, I'm going to have a vivid dream tonight because I took these supplements. Not really. As a matter of fact, it was quite the opposite. I started having the vivid dreams, and then I started to question myself. Why am I having such vivid dreams all of a sudden? And it was then that I realized, oh, it's probably because I've been taking all of these supplements that I haven't been taking before, probably with the exception of 2 or 3 of the supplements in this list. And these are not all supplements. Some of these are actually techniques. So the first thing that I want to talk about is, of course, meditation. There are a lot of people out there who meditate. I only recently started getting into meditation. I did it initially to try to calm or, you know, tranquilize my feelings of nervousness and my anxiety. And of course, just putting yourself in, you know, a quiet room. You don't have any distractions surrounding you. Maybe lighting a stick of your favorite incense, as I'm doing now. You might see some smoke wafting on the screen from the corner there. And maybe just putting on some really calm music, closing your eyes, really focusing on something is enough to help you, you know, calm down your nerves and calm down or mitigate any sort of anxiety and alleviate any sort of anxiety that you might be feeling. But more specifically for the pineal gland, I like to pair my meditations with something called sungazing. So when I do meditate, I just focus on this portion of my head right here. So I learned this from watching another video here on YouTube, such an amazing platform that it teaches you all of these little tricks and techniques. So what I do is I just begin by lightly tapping my forehead, just so that I have a good idea when my eyes are closed of where I should be focusing my attention. And then I just imagine a bright white light in the center of my head, right between my two eyes. And I'm not saying that I have any sort of hallucinogenic visions or anything like that when I do this, but this is just one of the things that I try to do to stimulate the pineal gland, at least in the daytime. Also, I mentioned sungazing. Sungazing is an ancient art and it's something that can be done in the first 15 minutes of the day when the sun is rising, and also in the 15 minutes prior to the sun setting. Those are the only times of the day when it's actually safe to stare directly into the sun. You don't want to stare into the hot sun in the middle of the day. You can damage your retina. You can do some, eye damage. So I certainly would not recommend that. But if you do stare directly into the sun in the last 15 minutes before the sun sets, that will actually help to awaken the pineal gland as well, because a lot of people don't know, but the pineal gland is also made up of rods and cones like your real eyes. And so it receives a similar type of stimulation, which I found to be quite fascinating. Now, I don't necessarily know the exact science behind this next one, but I did look it up online, and I just started supplementing with this, not very regularly, but I might have it like once a week or twice a week. Sometimes I'm just not in the mood for it because I don't have the taste for it, but it's organic goji berries. And so I purchased this, I think, probably on Amazon or something like that. It was relatively inexpensive, and this is just something that I like to have a little bit of towards the end of the day. Sometimes I switch it off with this or raw cacao. And so I don't often have both at the same time. I will switch between one or the other. The second thing that I do, and I love this supplement, one, because of the taste, two, because of its nutritious and benefits. It obviously contains a lot of curcumin, which is a really good anti-inflammatory. It also has anti-tumor, anti-cancer properties. And this is, of course, organic turmeric. Now, I know there are a lot of people who also like to rub a little bit of turmeric paste on their forehead. It will leave your skin looking quite yellow. I personally haven't tried it, although there was one time when I did put it on my eyelid because I had a chalazion, which is a type of cyst. The meibomian glands are backed up with fluid, and as a result, it sort of turns into a cyst. And I actually use this and another ingredient in this list to sort of bring the swelling down and eventually make it go away. But raw and organic turmeric, I should say, is an amazing supplement, and it's something that is really, really good from the websites that I've read and the articles that I've read online. It's really good for opening up your pineal gland. Another food that I love to consume, but this is a food that my wife hates when I consume because it leaves my breath smelling not so delightful, and it's actually raw garlic. Now, I make sure that the garlic that I buy is not from China. They actually bleach the garlic in China so that it gives it this bright white color to it. I prefer to get organic garlic whenever I get fruits and vegetables, which I consume mostly vegetables. I am vegan, by the way. I've been vegan for about 11 years now. I always make sure to purchase organic, and even though it's less likely that they will spray pesticides on onion and garlic and other such foods, I still make it a point to try to get organic varieties of those foods. And I love raw garlic. I could have 2 or 3 cloves in one sitting. Sometimes I can have more depending on what I'm eating. I find that it pairs really well with certain cuisines, but I do take a lot of raw garlic. And another one, which is probably one of the most effective things that you can do here, is I actually take Lugol solution. And so this is a type of iodine, obviously, and this is an iodine that can be consumed or used topically, transdermally, and so you can actually put it on your skin. I know a lot of people that put it directly on their thyroid, just because iodine and selenium are really good for the thyroid. And, apparently they are 2 minerals that haven't been in the soil for a couple hundred years. And so we have to supplement with them, unfortunately. And I do take Lugol solution, not every single day. And also it does remove calcium from the body. And so just keep in mind that when you are going to supplement with iodine, whether it be Lugol solution or any other type of iodine, just do make sure that you are consuming a nice bit of calcium that day. If you are going to take a supplement, make sure it's a raw whole food supplement and not a synthetic counterpart. And for me, I just like to have a ton of arugula, a ton of leafy green vegetables, and that gives me the calcium that I need. And so on days when I consume this, I make sure that I have a lot of leafy green vegetables. The next supplement that I want to talk about is apple cider vinegar. Now, of course, these are not all made the same. I actually use Bragg's brand. In terms of apple cider vinegar, you want to make sure you get a variety that is unpasteurized. You want to make sure you get a variety that has not been, heated up and it's had all of the beneficial properties removed from it. So you want to get the one that says with the mother, right? So you have a lot of, beneficial bacteria, which works really well in providing, I guess, a nice healthy bacteria to the gut to sort of reinstitute and promote healthy gut flora. And so this is a fantastic supplement to use. It also contains malic acid, of course, which is found in a lot of fruits, and it's kind of what gives them that sour taste. And I personally love supplementing with this. On days when I don't take organic, raw, unfiltered, unprocessed apple cider vinegar, I actually do consume raw lemon, and I will just put a full lemon into an 8-ounce bottle of water, and I will drink it throughout the day. And it's great. It tastes amazing. It's really good for alkalinizing the bloodstream as well. The next supplement I've heard being praised, a ton online, and I decided that I wanted to get this one. And I think that in terms of having these really vivid dreams, and in terms of having these synchronicities, this is the one supplement where it almost feels like every time I take it, I have really, really vivid dreams, especially if I'm taking it late at night. And I also find that I have synchronicities a lot right around the time when I take this supplement. So although iodine or Lugol solution is the one supplement where I sort of feel like it does the best at decalcifying and breaking up that calcified exterior surrounding the pineal gland, the next supplement is actually the one that, in my opinion, creates these synchronicities. And it's Chaga Mushrooms. So this is available in a few different forms. I do have the pillow style tea bag variety here. This brand is Buddha Teas. I have been consuming this since February of this year, but of course my fascination with this type of a mushroom actually extends beyond that. So I ended up purchasing the organic powder, and I do occasionally put this in bottles of water. It turns the bottle, the color of the water, very, very dark. It almost looks the same as when I supplement with this other supplement called Shilajit. It kind of, adds that same coloration, that same hue to the water, but I do have the powder, and I also have the chunks, chaga mushroom chunks. And so for these, I break it up into small pieces. I don't take all 3 at once. I don't even take 2 at once. If I'm going to have the tea bag, I'm going to refrain from consuming the chunks or the powder. So I really just have 1 at a time. But chaga mushrooms, and then of course I start to pair this up with like lion's mane and cordyceps and a ton of other mushrooms, and they seem to work really well for cognitive function, mental acuity, increased cognitive abilities, and it's been serving me really well for the past few months, so I will continue to take them. The second to last ingredient that I want to talk about is wild oregano oil. Now, I love taking this one for its ability to decalcify the pineal gland, but I also really like taking wild oregano oil because it is a really strong antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral, just like the raw garlic here. And so I love to take at least 1 of these capsules. These are vegetable cellulose capsules. I love to take, I'm just double checking here. Vegetable glycerin. I love to take at least 1 of these a day, and sometimes I double up if I feel like I was around a lot of people. Maybe, I do live in the northern New Jersey area, so if I ever get on a train to go into Manhattan or something, sometimes I'll take 2 just as a protective or preventative measure, and I really enjoy taking that. And of course, the last thing that I want to talk about is a supplement that I take every single day. I have been taking this supplement for many years now. It does a fantastic job at detoxifying and ridding the body of heavy metals and toxins, and it has so many vitamins and minerals and nutrients, a very large amount of protein, and it also has natural vitamin B12. And this one is organic Chlorella. And of course, whenever you do purchase Chlorella, just make sure that you are buying the cracked cell wall Chlorella for maximum digestibility. But this is, of course, when you think of blue-green algae or green algae, it is nature's first life form. And it's just amazing that you have this one supplement that does so well. It does a fantastic job at suppressing the appetite as well if you want to use it for weight loss. It, provides you with so much nutrition and is just a really fantastic supplement that I think everybody should be taking. And I personally love using this, and I do find that on days when I take it, I feel better, I feel more alert, I feel more cognizant of my surroundings and more conscious of everything that's going on around me. And then I'm also going to throw in a little bonus. At night, I actually do like to put a few stones underneath my pillow, or inside my pillow, I should say. And the first one is Amethyst. Obviously, you want to go with a really nice sort of a purple stone. Sometimes I use Amethyst. Sometimes I also use Moldavite. I've seen a lot of videos online that say if you put Moldavite on your third eye, it helps to open up the third eye, and awaken that third eye, the pineal gland. And so sometimes I'll put these underneath my pillow at the same time, just to have their combined properties. If one seems to amplify the other, I think that would be pretty cool. But of course, that's something that I haven't read too much into. And I think this is something that I've mentioned in my inaugural video on this channel, that even when it comes to the use of a lot of crystals and stones, I haven't read up a whole lot on gemology. I would like to. I still find myself to be quite a skeptic when it comes to that. But of course, I am open-minded. I've been open-minded about many things in my life. And so I look forward to reading up more on it. I look forward to learning more. And I sincerely hope that this video has helped you on your journey of trying to awaken your third eye, decalcify your pineal gland, maybe connect more with the spirit realm, which I'm still trying to do. Obviously this YouTube channel is a journey for me, and it is a journey that I have decided to embark on and share this journey with anybody who chooses to watch this channel. So I want to thank you so much for joining me, and I want to thank you for helping me and for helping the channel to grow. So thank you so much for watching. I love you all. If you did take something of value from this video, I would really appreciate it if you could support this channel by subscribing to it. All you need to do is click that subscribe button in the corner, and this way, whenever I do upload future content, it'll get delivered straight to your feed. You never need to worry about missing any of my future uploads. Thanks again for watching. I love you all, and we'll see you next time. Bye.